Let me tell you something people love to believe. AI is objective. It's this comforting idea, right? That a machine, powered by data and algorithms, can cut through all the noise and deliver decisions that are free from bias. No human messiness, no prejudice, just pure logic. It's a great story, but it's just not true. AI isn't this impartial judge we like to imagine. It's more like a sponge, soaking up everything we give it. And what do we feed it? Data. Data created by humans. And if you haven't noticed, humans are far from perfect. We're biased, we have blind spots, and our systems are riddled with inequalities. So guess what happens when you build AI on top of that foundation? Those same flaws don't just get copied, they get amplified. Think about hiring algorithms. Companies thought, hey, let's use AI to make hiring more fair. But then they trained those systems on old data. Data from years of hiring decisions where certain groups, like men or graduates from specific schools, were favored. The AI doesn't question that, it assumes it's the standard. So instead of eliminating bias, it scales it. Think about AI used in school admissions. On paper, it sounds like a great idea. Use data to predict which students are likely to excel and offer them admission. But here's the issue. That data is often based on historical trends, like which schools had higher test scores, or which applicants were previously successful. If certain types of students, maybe those from underfunded schools or with less access to resources, weren't as frequently admitted in the past, the AI sees that as a pattern. It doesn't know it's reinforcing a bias, it just sees the numbers. And suddenly, those same students continue to be overlooked, not because they lack potential, but because the system has quietly decided they're less likely to succeed. Take something like predictive policing. Sounds like a smart idea, doesn't it? Use data to predict where crimes are likely to happen, send resources there, and stop problems before they start. But here's the catch. That data? It's based on past policing practices. And if certain neighborhoods were over-policed before, the AI sees that as a pattern. It doesn't know it's perpetuating a problem. It just sees numbers. And suddenly the same neighborhoods are targeted again and again. The scariest part? People trust AI more than they trust a human making the same call. There's this air of infallibility around it. The algorithm said so, so it must be right. It's like wrapping a bad decision in a shiny bow of math and calling it fair. And when people think a system is objective, they stop questioning it. That's where things get really dangerous. Now, why are we so desperate to believe AI is neutral? Maybe it's because it feels like a way out. Human judgment is messy. It's subjective, emotional, and riddled with tough ethical questions. But a machine? That feels clean. It feels simple. Let the AI decide, and we don't have to wrestle with the hard stuff. But that's a lie we're telling ourselves. AI doesn't exist in some magical bubble. It's not free from human influence. It's shaped by the data it's trained on, the goals we set, and the systems it operates within. And let's be honest, those systems are anything but neutral. So, what do we do about it? First, we need to get over this idea that AI is a magic wand for fairness. It's not. It's a tool. And like any tool, it's only as good as the people using it. That means we need to look hard at the data, ask uncomfortable questions, and be honest about the limitations of what we're building. Second, we've got to stop pretending bias can be erased. It can't. But it can be acknowledged, understood, and mitigated. If we want AI to create a better world, we need to be intentional about how we design it. That takes effort, transparency, and, let's be real, a little humility. The illusion of objectivity in AI, it's not just a tech problem, it's a people problem. It taps into our need for easy answers and our fear of taking responsibility. But fairness? That's not something you can just program. It's something we have to work at, as humans. Because here's the bottom line. AI isn't here to save us from ourselves. It reflects our values, our flaws, and our choices. And if we don't like what we see, it's up to us to fix it. Thanks for watching.